Today on Collider Tips and Tricks, I'm going to show you how to never schedule a meeting ever again with one of my favorite apps, and that's Calendly. Collider Tips and Tricks, sponsored by Collider Sustaining Sponsors. Thank you for your support of the Rochester entrepreneurial ecosystem and donors like you. So Calendly is one of my favorite applications. If you go to calendly.com, this will bring up the homepage that you see here. And really what Calendly is an automated scheduling software that you can run. It works with Google Calendar, Microsoft Outlook, iCal, a lot of the features that most business people tend to use for their calendaring solution, you can use with Calendly, which is amazing. Calendly gives you a lot of power, so think of it as a virtual assistant that's kind of there to help you schedule meetings. The biggest use case for this that I hear a lot from people is if you're going to schedule a meeting, say tomorrow, and someone sends you an email and says, let's meet tomorrow. Well, that's usually an opening invitation to say, oh, what time? I'm open between this and that time and this time. And this series of emails will go back and forth. Usually I think I average about 3 to 4 emails with individuals back and forth, trying to find that perfect time. If we lived in a perfect world and we all used Google Calendar or we all used Outlook, we would be able to coordinate our times pretty effortlessly. But that's why great software like Calendly exists, to be able to seamlessly pull those together and allow really the person that wants to meet with you, gives them the options to choose the time that works best for them. So it's essentially one email back to them with a Calendly link and you're good. So let's jump in to a little bit of just some of the basics of Calendly. I don't have time to go into the power user settings or things like that. But you can see here, this is my Calendly. This is what lives in the background. So I've got a space here for virtual office hours, which we're doing right now. And then the options for, 30-minute or 1-hour calls or video chats or just being able to stop by for an in-person meeting. Those are blacked out now because our co-working space is currently closed. So let's tap into Collider Virtual Office Hours. So if we go into the settings, what we're going to see here is just a series of questions. And this is why, Calendly is very powerful, but it does take a little bit of time to set up in just the way you want. So you'll see what the first question basically consists of is, what event is this? That's you naming your office hours. And then you can choose a location. So this could be a physical location, your place of business, or it could be maybe your top 3 favorite places to meet, a favorite coffee shop, a favorite restaurant. But it also can be virtual locations. So, you can add a link into Zoom, or you can add a link to a Google Hangout or many other video conferencing solutions. I choose Zoom. That's what I tend to use. And then a little bit of a description of, what this meeting's about. And then we have some information about survey data we would like to collect as someone signs up. You can name your URL, whatever you want, save and close that. When can people book this event? So this is where you really can choose when you want to book an event and what control you want it to have. So in my instance, I'm integrating this with my G Suite calendar for Collider. I can go in and choose 15, 30, 45, or 60 minutes or a custom time that I want this meeting to be held. And then you can look at your availability. So you can go in, and right now I've chose that I want to do office hours between 1 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So you can go into those settings. You can actually add the particular time. And this isn't going to overbook your meetings. This is essentially going to check your calendar and then provide a menu of options to the person you're meeting with to give them a chance to pick a time that you're actually free. You can, like I was saying before, you can do a questionnaire. So in this case, we're trying to find some demographic information on who is stopping by for our virtual office hours in order to record that data for our nonprofit information. Notifications and cancellation policy. So this is really cool. You're able to personalize the invitation that goes out to people. You also have various levels of control of email reminders. So if you want someone to get an email reminder, a text message, you can do that and set that here in these settings. There's some other levels here on confirmation page. You can actually collect payments as well, but that's not something we typically do. And then once you save that, it goes back and you're able to create that particular event that people can book. Okay, so now that you've gone through all of those settings, plus a few more that I didn't talk about, feel free to go and explore, obviously. You can actually start using Calendly right where it should live, which is your email box. In this case, this is my Collider G Suite account. You can see I'm an Inbox Zero fanatic, so we don't have any email in our inbox at this point. So let's pull up a new message. I'm going to email myself in this example, and let's just talk about test. And I would love to meet with you. And something that I'm going to show you here are kind of two ways you can access and use Calendly. The first is, if you notice down at the bottom here, you can see a link to the Calendly icon. So if you click that, it brings up this little sub menu here, and it allows you to do two choices. One is event type. So here are the events that you've created with the corresponding links. So let's say this person I'm emailing wants to look for a time to do a 1 hour call or video chat. I can just click the link that copies it to your clipboard, and then you can just go in and paste that. And very, very quick, very easy way to get someone to instantly connect into your Calendly network and get that meeting scheduled right away. Another way you can do this is to go, again, back down to the bottom. Make sure that Calendly icon is clicked, and then do Ad Hoc Meetings. So maybe sometimes you think that you want to meet with someone that's beyond the boundaries of the preset event types that you've created in Calendly. So you can click this button to create an ad hoc meeting, and this will open a view of my world, and you can go in and you can quickly choose let's say I want a 1 hour meeting. You can click and you can actually choose the specific times that you would have open just by clicking and dragging around that you want to offer as times you can meet. So you finish and share, it creates a link, close this window out, and you can instantly go in and paste in a very nice interactive menu where people can, once they receive the email, they'll open it up, they'll read the context of the email, and they'll be able to say, yeah, 9 a.m. does work for me. They'll click that, it'll automatically open up Calendly, it'll get them scheduled, it'll show up on your calendar. It's just that simple. Calendly is very, very affordable. So if you're just one person that wants to create just one event type, Calendly is free, which is amazing. I used it for free for about a year and a half before I realized I really felt it was worth spending $8 a month to actually be able to create sort of unlimited event types. And this has helped me from just one-off conventions and events that I wanted to set up with people to regular meetings. And I really think for $8 a month, the amount of time you save is exponentially more dollars than what you're being charged here. I think it's a great tool. I think it's going to save you a ton of time, and that's Calendly. So that's a little bit about Calendly. I hope you can use it to optimize your workflow and make your life just a little bit easier with all of the insane meetings that we have right now. So for Collider Tips and Tricks, I'm Jamie Sunsbach, and be productive, everyone.